The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. It's time for the fun of a summertime tradition with Little League All-Star Baseball. Play ball! Today's Little League All-Star action is being brought to you by
Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring, Bechtel Jewelers, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Procter & Gamble, Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy, and Parsons Ford.
And now, let's go to the ballpark and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Where today it is a day for action in this 10 to 12-year-old District 6 Area 1 Little League All-Star Tournament. It is an elimination day, a loser's bracket matchup between Hedgesville and South Berkeley. The winner will advance to the loser's bracket championship, where tomorrow they will face the Martinsburg All-Stars. Matt Miller with you. Trip Tobin unable to be with us this evening. Matt Crawford is on vacation. Caleb Falero is our engineer back at the studio. Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 coverage of the Little League All-Star Tournament. Well, Hedgesville will come in at 0-1. Their only game was on Saturday. They suffered a 4-3 loss against Martinsburg, a game they fell behind 4-0, rallied and had that rally fall just short. They'll face a South Berkeley team coming in at 1-1 on the season. They suffered a 13-0 loss against Jefferson in their opener on Saturday, but yesterday on Sunday eliminated Morgan County in that first loser's bracket game, 15-1 the final, and now South Berkeley gets ready to take on Hedgesville in this one. Hedgesville won the coin toss, but manager Matt Faircloth wants to be the visiting team, so their lineup being introduced to the crowd on hand here, and we'll go ahead and jump into that lineup as well. Assisting manager Matt Faircloth coaches are Tim Elliott and Josh Kinerium. For Hedgesville, shortstop Landon Pence is in the leadoff spot, followed by the third baseman Noah Brown. Doing the catching and batting third is Trenton Kinerium. In the cleanup spot, first baseman Levi Faircloth. The number 5 hitter is the center fielder Rylan Swartz. Batting sixth and playing left field is Mason Elliott. The number 7 hitter, second baseman Tristan Wysocki. Batting eighth and pitching Donovan Smith, and the number 9 hitter is the right fielder Jacob Cumley. Colton Stefanko, Jacob Stout, Austin Manor, and Brian French round out that roster for Hedgesville. For homestanding South Berkeley, led by manager Steve Nick, assisted by Kenny Stanley and DJ Stevenson, South Berkeley will have the shortstop Isaac Gilbert in the leadoff spot, followed by the first baseman Seth Kisner. Batting third, today's pitcher Wyatt McClintock. In the cleanup spot, center fielder Ryder Gantz. Batting fifth at third base, Owen Nick. The number 6 hitter, starting catcher Braden Miller. Batting seventh at second base, Caden Stanley. The number 8 hitter is the left fielder Braden Stevenson. Batting ninth in right field is Trenton Nave. Tyler Luketic, Dylan Moxley, and Kaylee Brennan round out that roster for the South Berkeley All-Stars. South Berkeley in the dugout off the first base side, lining up along that first base line. Hedgesville along the third base line, as they will be in that third base dugout. Well, we have a look at the lineups. Let's send it back to the studio as we pause here for the anthem and the Little League Pledge. A 2-minute timeout, and then we're back with the opening pitch and play-by-play of Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
W Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources. Certainly has helped take us to another level.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back into the Morgan County Little League Complex. The managers meeting with our umpiring crew as they go over the ground rules here at the Morgan County Little League Complex. The dimensions, 200 feet down the lines, 200 to straightaway center field as well. A little bit of foul territory in behind home plate and a little bit down each line, but it's not a wide amount of foul territory on the ends of the dugouts off of each side. Going out into what would be out of play territory is a bullpen area where pitchers can go and warm up. The deepest part behind home plate is actually kind of almost if you extended the first base and third base lines straight through home plate and worked your way behind home plate, that goes to where the backstop begins its move from being straight across the back of home plate to angling down towards the lines. So pass balls, wild pitches, we have certainly seen base runners move up in those situations. Well, South Berkeley with the white baseball pants, the green jersey tops, red undershirts with red lettering and white to trim as they wear the sleeveless green jersey tops. Meanwhile, Hedgesville in the white baseball pants, they have the white jersey top, and well, it's white across the back and a little more of maybe a tannish grayish tint along the front of those jersey tops. The blue lettering with a little bit of gold trim, Hedgesville, across the front of those jerseys. Getting into his warm-up tosses, Wyatt McClintock, and it looks like we'll get this one started maybe a few minutes ahead of that 6 o'clock start time. Right now the sun is out and it's shining here in Berkeley Springs, and as we check the game time temperature, according to the Weather Channel app, we are at about 78 sticky degrees. A little rain came through Berkeley Springs during that 3 o'clock hour, working up towards the 4 o'clock hour, and it was just enough of a shower to really have this field in great playing condition. They have the grass base paths between home and first and third and the plate, although the base path on the way to first does have a little dirt in spots where it gets worn down as the players around the bases. And you've got the dirt circle around home, a very large dirt circle around the mound, and then of course the dirt base paths that go from first to third. Here's how we've reached this point. The tournament opened Friday with Martinsburg beating Morgan County 15-1. On Saturday, it was Jefferson over South Berkeley 13-0, and Martinsburg holding off Hedgesville 4-3. That led to play yesterday where South Berkeley eliminated Morgan County 15-1, and Jefferson topped Martinsburg 5-2 in the winner's bracket championship game. And now here we are today, South Berkeley and Hedgesville going at it. The winner will face Martinsburg tomorrow evening at 6, and that winner would join Jefferson moving on to the District 6 tournament. Our plate umpire, Jeff King, dusting off home plate, and we are just about ready to go. Joining King, it is Donald McIntyre who will be at, third base. Rick Maphis is over at first, and Jim Diener is at second base. Landon Pence stepping into the right-hand batter's box, and we are underway with the first pitch, a fastball a bit up and in from Wyatt McClintock. That is ball one, and our first pitch coming at 5:56. Pence awaits. That next delivery is also up and in. Pence kind of getting out of the way, almost took the bat through the strike zone. Pence was in the number 3 spot in the order, drew a base on balls, officially 0 for 1 in that matchup against Martinsburg on Saturday, and he takes ball 3. And McClintock struggling to find the strike zone against the opening batter. The right-hander working from the stretch, not really a full windup, delivers a strike on that outside edge. It popped off the mitt of the catcher Braden Miller. Pence was just about ready to throw the bat aside and head to first when Jeff King said, nope, that is a strike. So now the 3-1 is due. Here it comes, and that one high and tight to the right-hand batter, and it's definitely ball 4. Pence had to get out of the way of that one. So McClintock really having trouble up and in against the right-hand batter Pence to get the game started. See if he can settle down as Noah Brown steps in, another right-hand batter, and the first pitch right down the middle, a swing and a miss for strike 1. Kisner is the first baseman with Stanley at second, Gilbert at short, Nick at third, and the next pitch popped up on the infield, and it's the pitcher McClintock over near the third baseline calling everyone off and making the play as Noah Brown on that 0-1 pitch pops out for the first out of the inning, first out of the game. In the outfield, Stevenson in left, Gantz in center, and Nave in right field. Miller behind the plate, and McClintock on the mound ready to go to work against Trenton Canerium. That first pitch missing for ball 1. Canerium, K-N-I-E-R-I-E-M. Right-hand batter swings, grounds it slowly towards the shortstop. Over to get it is Gilbert. He'll make that throw to second and not quite in time. Tried to get the lead runner, Landon Pence, because he really didn't have a chance to get Canerium going down the line at first as Isaac Gilbert was so deep in the hole, but the throw to Caden Stanley at second, not quite in time. Jim Diener, our second base umpire, quickly hollering safe and putting the hands out, and there are 2 on. That'll be an infield hit, I'm sure, for Canerium, and it brings up Levi Faircloth, who takes strike 1. 2 on with just 1 out as Hedgesville threatens in this top half of the first inning. The 0-1 pitch down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Faircloth, good size in that right-hand batter's box. Looks like he could hit for some power. Takes this pitch on the outside corner. It's a called strike 2. Faircloth on that initial step as that pitch was coming in. Stepped a little down the line towards third. Could be susceptible to that outside pitch. He watches this one down low and away. Good job on the block by the catcher Miller, but as he makes the throw back to McClintock, breaking for third goes Pence, and he'll steal the base. So Pence now at third, putting runners at the corners. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and it is high and outside, and there goes the runner Canerium towards second, and he'll steal without the benefit of a throw. So now 2 in scoring position for Faircloth as the count to him has gone full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now that 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. And that will be a strikeout. So Faircloth went after that one a little up and away. And that is 2 outs in the inning. Big a strikeout for Wyatt McClintock. And now it will bring to the plate Rylan Swartz. Swartz, the center fielder, number 5 hitter in the order, stands back away from the plate as he takes the first pitch for strike 1. Good pitch from McClintock, working that outside corner. He was having trouble on that inner part of the plate against the right-handers as he walked Pence to start the game. Delivers this one on that inside edge. It's a ground ball to Gilbert at short. Long throw across the diamond, and let's see, did they get him at first? No, they did not. Able to leg it out is Swartz, and that'll be an RBI infield base hit as it's going to score Landon Pence from third, and Hedgesville takes the 1-0 lead. Canerium advances from second to third. A pair of infield base hits now in this inning for Hedgesville. And on the first pitch to Mason Elliott, it misses for a ball, and the runner on the move. Swartz takes second base. So that'll put two in scoring position. 1-0 Hedgesville. Good hustle by Swartz getting down the line to leg that RBI infield base hit out. Elliott taking on the 1-0. It is a strike now at 1-1. Elliott, the left fielder, sixth hitter to bat here in this top of the first inning. 1-1 is high, 2 balls and a strike. Good effort by Braden Miller. Tried to frame that pitch, but kind of had to pop up out of that crouch and then duck back down. Clearly it missed high. 2-1 pitch is up and in, and there's ball 3. McClintock trying to get out of the inning without any further damage. A walk, a pop out, an infield single, a strikeout, then the RBI infield single as Elliott swings, bounces this one past the third baseman out into left field. 1 run scores. Swartz waved around as well. Here comes the relay throw to the plate. Not in time. It bounces away from Miller. There goes Elliott towards third. Nice job backing up the play by McClintock. They've got him in a rundown. Throw to second, return throw to third. Not in time as Elliott ultimately is able to get to third base. He'll have the base hit to drive home a pair as Canerium easily scored from third. Swartz able to come around from second, and then South Berkeley throwing the ball around just a little bit, allowing Elliott to end up at third base. 3-0 Hedgesville out in front in this top half of the first inning. And it brings to the plate Tristan Wysocki, and the first pitch to him up and away for ball 1. Good piece of hitting by Elliott as he hit that one sharply past the third baseman out into left field, driving home a pair, and now he's just at 60 feet away as Wysocki takes a pitch that misses low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes, and now we'll have time taken. I believe manager Matt Faircloth wants to get in a special pinch runner. It will be Jacob Staup who will serve as that special pinch runner at third base.
21-4.
So they have switched out the base runner with 2 down in the inning. Wysocki now back in awaiting that 2-0 pitch. He'll step out as we're not quite ready for action to get back underway. Plate umpire Jeff King now says let's play ball. So McClintock to the plate, and that pitch in there at the knees for a strike. It's 2-1. Looking at Wysocki, he was 0 for 2 in the game against Martinsburg on Saturday. A couple of ground ball outs, making contact. He swings and fouls this one out of play off the third base side. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It evens up. 3-0. Hedgesville out in front early as we are in the top of the first. Wysocki with an open stance in that right-hand batter's box. Lays off this fastball that stays high. Count has gone to 3-2, and the pitch count getting up a little bit for McClintock in this first inning. Hedgesville doing a lot of this damage with 2 outs. 3-2 pitch hit into the air into left center field. That one in for a base hit to score a run, making a wide turn at first, Wysocki, but he'll stay put there. An RBI base hit that scores the special pinch runner Staup from third, and 4 runs on the board for Hedgesville, leading early 4-0. A good piece of hitting again by Wysocki. Expected a fastball on that 3-2, got it, and was able to drive it over the head of the shortstop. First pitch to Smith, in for a called strike, and Wysocki steals second. Gave a little hesitation move, and believe they're going to say left too soon. Yep, they're going to send him back to first base. So Donovan Smith, starting pitcher and number 8 hitter in the order. Well, now we'll wait the 0-1 pitch. Here it comes, and that is a strike knee high on the outside edge. And the count now 0-2, and that time Wysocki stayed put at first base. McClintock ready, and the pitch, a called strike 3. About belt high on the outside corner. Smith gets caught looking. That'll be 2 strikeouts in the half inning for Wyatt McClintock, but in between there was a walk and there were 4 base hits, and that leads to 4 runs on the board for Hedgesville. We're through a half an inning. It's Hedgesville 4, South Berkeley coming to bat.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Substitution for Hedgesville as Jacob Stout, who came in as a special pinch runner for Mason Elliott, who had a 2 RBI single in that top of the first inning, will now stay in the game and play left field. So Stout replacing Elliott now defensively as Donovan Smith toes the pitching rubber, goes through his warm-up tosses with Trenton Canerium behind the plate. He'll get ready to face Isaac Gilbert, Seth Kisner, and Wyatt McClintock, top 3 in the South Berkeley batting order. South Berkeley yesterday against Morgan County brought out the bats as they pounded out 13 hits and scored 15 runs. They're going to have to get those bats going in this one as they are already behind 4-0 as they come to the plate for the first time. South Berkeley in that game yesterday left 5 on base and 4 in scoring position. Meanwhile, held Morgan County to just a run on a couple of hits. So the top of the first didn't quite go the way Wyatt McClintock would like. Let's see if the offense can pick things up here in the bottom of the first inning as Isaac Gilbert, the shortstop, stands in. He was 2 for 4 yesterday with a couple of singles, 2 runs scored. He pushes a bunt up the first base line, rolling into foul territory where Smith, the pitcher, eventually picks that one up. A foul ball. Gilbert almost able to bunt his way aboard. Levi Faircloth at first was staying put there in case he was needed as the pitcher coming over was getting to that attempted bunt. Now Faircloth coming in on the grass. He's going to backpedal as the pitch to the plate popped up over the head of the second baseman in front of the right fielder, Cumley, and it'll take a bounce by him, and Gilbert is going to head for second, and he will stay put there. Nope, now heading for third as the throw comes in and not in time. That'll be a base hit and may very well be an error as Cumley and then the center fielder Schwartz, who came over, neither one could seem to pick up the baseball. And by the time they did, Gilbert, who had rounded second and was ready to stop there, eventually went all the way to third as a result of the misplay in the outfield. So a nice job by Gilbert as he dropped that one right over the head of Wysocki, the second baseman, and in front of the hard-charging right fielder Cumley. But then it bounced by Cumley and ultimately could not be picked up cleanly, allowing the base runner to get to third base. And so now a run just 60 feet away for Seth Kisner. He takes high and tight for ball 1. So South Berkeley getting just what they needed. A base runner and in scoring position. You give up some runs, you got to try to come right back and get them if you can. And Kisner has an opportunity as he takes down low, 2 balls, no strikes. Boy, Kisner had a game yesterday, 3 for 4. Including a couple of singles, a double, and 2 runs batted in. He would come around to score 3 times also. Smith to the plate with the 2-0, misses down and in. 3 balls, no strikes. Smith pitches from the full windup. Pitches from the third base side of that pitching rubber. Here's a fly ball into right field. Cumley over and in as he moved to his right. Came in to make the catch. Fires through to the plate, but not in time. Isaac Gilbert sliding in feet first ahead of the throw, scoring on the sacrifice fly from Seth Kisner. South Berkeley on the board, trailing 4-1. So Kisner got the green light on the 3-0. Sent it to the opposite field and deep enough to bring in the run. Base is now empty with 1 away for Wyatt McClintock And the left-hand batter takes strike one on the outside corner. McClintock 4 for 4 in yesterday's matchup against Morgan County. 3 singles and a double. He'll take strike two on the outside corner. Wow, 2 very nice pitches for Donovan Smith, hitting almost the exact same spot. McClintock would score 3 times and drive home 4 of the team's 15 runs. The left-hand batter will take this one off that outside edge. Now at 1-2. A nice pitch by Smith, just couldn't get McClintock to chase. Now that 1-2 popped foul, first base side, that one back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count remains. 1 out, base is empty, a run in on the sacrifice fly from Seth Kisner. Ryder Gantz due next, 4-1. Hedgesville leading. We're in the bottom of the first in this elimination game. Smith misses well outside to run that count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sun is shining, turning into a beautiful evening for baseball after a little late afternoon rain. Pitch to the plate fouled. Back to the screen, or the chain link backstop, if you will. That went over near the district tent. You can catch in the corner view on our TV 10 camera the top part of the tent where district administrator and those around the tournament are watching the action. McClintock gets another piece, fouling the 2-2 pitch back over top of the press box. It remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. McClintock doing a nice job up there. And the pitch sharply hit back up the middle, past Smith and out into center field. Great at bat for Wyatt McClintock. Worked an 8-pitch at bats and then didn't try to do too much with it, but took it right back through the box. It hit the mound right at the feet of Donovan Smith, who could just kind of dance out of the way of that one. And it's into center field for the second hit of the inning for South Berkeley. 1 down, a run in. They've got a runner at first for Ryder Gantz. First baseman Faircloth coming down the line, maybe expecting a bunt. No sign that Gantz would try to bunt as he takes 1 down and away for ball 1. The third baseman, Brown, playing a step or 2 inside the bag, now takes a step and a couple of steps into the grass. A little late on the swing. Gantz will foul the 1-0 off first base side. That one hitting the fencing, caroming down the line. Jacob Cumley out in right, going over to pick that one up. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count to Gantz. The right-hand batter stands tall, now bends the knees as the pitch comes to the plate. A wave and a miss. Now at 1-2. Gantz 0 for 1 yesterday, but was on base twice. He drew a walk and also reached on an error. Came home to score a couple of runs. Smith ready, pitch to the plate, down low. McClintock dances off of first base, but doesn't go anywhere. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Smith from the windup and the pitch. Again, a little late on it. Gantz able to fight it off, fouls it off the fencing first base side, and again down the line where Cumley has to come over and pick it up. Good job to make contact. Live to see another pitch. Now if you're Donovan Smith, what do you come back with? 2-2 the count. I understand the pitch count was 31 in that top of the first inning for McClintock. Smith throwing a lot of pitches already in this bottom of the first. The 2-2 missing. That one a bit up and away, and it's a full count, 3-2. The payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He got him. Runner on the move and the throw down to second. Did they get him there? Jim Diener says yes, they did. It's the strike him out, throw him out double play to end the inning.
Pitch count, 21.
So 21 pitches, what Donovan Smith would need to get out of the inning, and he got a little help, really helping himself as he gets the strikeout and then a strong throw from Trenton Canerium to the middle infielder. I believe it was the shortstop Landon Pence who pulled in that throw. The out recorded 2-6 as the caught stealing brings the inning to a close. Still South Berkeley, after giving up 4 in the top of the first, able to put 1 on the board in the bottom of the first on the sacrifice fly from Seth Kisner. 1 inning in the books with the score. Hedgesville 4 and South Berkeley 1.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing this spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Getting underway with the first pitch to Jacob Cumley, and it's down in the dirt for ball 1. Cumley, number 9 hitter in the order, starting right fielder. Only guy that didn't get to hit in that top of the first as Hedgesville sent 8 to the plate and scored 4 runs on 4 hits. There was a walk in the inning as well. They stranded a base runner. Cumley takes. This pitch misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch to the plate for a strike, 2-1 now to Cumley, who yesterday in a pinch hitting role had a strikeout and then bounced into a fielder's choice. Swings, pops this one up in behind home plate, and not enough room. The park can't hold it. It's back out of play. 2-2 the count. One of our youngsters in the press box sprinting down the steps. I think he's eyeing some candy, right? He's going to get that ball, get it back up here, and look for some candy. 2-ball, 2-strike pitch on the way. Misses high. It's gone to a full count. See Miller again trying to frame that pitch, going up and getting it, kind of bringing it back down. Jeff King says, nope, missed too high. Now the 3-2 delivery misses too low. Gets between the legs of Miller to the backstop, and aggressive running, pardon me, for Jacob Cumley. Quickly getting down the line, making his turn to see if Miller had gotten to the ball yet. Cumley was thinking perhaps he could take 2 on the walk. He'll stay at first. And we're back to the top of the order, and Landon Pence, who drew a walk and scored his first time up. He squares to show bunt, takes a pitch down low and outside. It scoots to the right of Miller, the catcher, who's able to get to it and hold that runner at first. We saw Hedgesville be aggressive in that first. 1, 2, 3 stolen bases in that first inning. Here's a swing and a ground ball on the right side of the infield. Second baseman's got it. Throw to short for 1. Gilbert will not even make the throw to first. Nice play, Caden Stanley. As that ball got to him, he made a good throw to Gilbert at second. They'll get the force out of Cumley, pardon me. That's C-U-M-L-E-Y. That is the first out of the inning. Pence will reach at first on the fielder's choice. It goes 4-6. So a runner still at first with 1 down. Noah Brown, the batter, and the first pitch to him high for ball 1. Brown popped out to the pitcher his first time up. Right-hand batter. Swings and lifts this one in the air off the first base side. Giving a look is the first baseman Kisner, but he runs out of room as it's out of play.
All foul balls, bring them upstairs.
1 ball, 1 strike. There's the announcement. Bring those foul balls upstairs for Candy. The 1-1 on the way. Fastball high inside. Might be a pass ball as it went off the mid of Miller and goes all the way through to the backstop, and easily taking second and making a wide turn, but staying there is Landon Pence. So Pence moves up on that one as the count to Brown goes to 2 balls and a strike. 4-1 the Hedgesville lead. Another run in scoring position as Brown takes high for ball 3. McClintock battling a little bit. Has already walked a couple of batters. Swing and a pop-up again off that first base side, and again just back out of play. Seth Kisner, the first baseman, seemed to have that one read as he was tracking it into foul territory, but up against the fence, all he could do was watch it hit out of play. I believe it actually hit in the bullpen area. It comes off the backside of the dugouts. On the 3-2 pitch, a high fastball, and Brown swings through it. Nice pitch for Wyatt McClintock. Gets a much-needed strikeout in this situation, his third of the game. And with 2 down, Landon Pence still at second base for Trenton Canerium. Canerium swinging at the first pitch, sends a high pop-up, shallow left field. Going back on it, Isaac Gilbert, the shortstop, calling everyone off, and he makes the grab. And on one pitch, Canerium retired on the pop-out to short. So a leadoff base on balls does not hurt as McClintock able to work around it and hold Hedgesville off the board. Going to the bottom of the second when we come back, it's Hedgesville 4, South Berkeley 1.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown Ranson. We're here when you need us.
We welcome you back into the Morgan County Little League Complex, just south of Berkeley Springs on 522. Matt Miller with you. Caleb Falero, our engineer, back at the studio. Matt Crawford enjoying the day off. Trip Tobin with some things keeping him occupied. American Legion baseball. They're back in action tomorrow. They're on the road at Funkstown. Thursday, Legion baseball, they will host at Funkstown. And our game plan is to be up at Musselman and carry that broadcast for you. That will be a radio-only broadcast, as the TV10 camera, along with Logan Nichols, will be over at the War Memorial Park for the Tony Saylor Summer Concert in the Park series. So if you can't make it to the park, we encourage you to get out there. It's a lot of fun. Great atmosphere to enjoy the music. But if you can't get there, you can watch it here. Well, we got the bottom of the second underway with Owen Nick trying to bunt his way aboard, but bunts it foul up the first base line for strike one. I like the strategy for South Berkeley. They've got some quickness, and what you got to do is get that ball in play and try to force the defense to make a play. Tried a couple of bunts back in that first inning. Nick misses with this one as it went just foul up that first base line, and now the 0-1 pitch stays high. Nick did not show bunt as he takes. It's now a ball and a strike. Nick had 3 hits in, 4 at-bats in yesterday's win against Morgan County. Takes a fastball on the outside corner as it moves to a ball and 2 strikes. Nick had a double along with a couple of singles. He had 4 runs driven in. Right-hand batter awaits the right-hand pitcher to the plate, and it's a bouncing ball on the right side of the infield. Second baseman over, gloves it, and then drops it as he was making the exchange from his glove to his hand. And a tough error for Tristan Wysocki. May have rushed it just a little bit as that ball was not hit extremely hard. It was far enough away that Faircloth, the first baseman, had to go cover the bag, really couldn't go over to get to it. So Wysocki moving to his left and coming in on it, picked it up but couldn't make the transfer. So a base runner for Braden Miller, catcher and number 6 hitter in the order, and he fouls off the first pitch. That one down and in just a little bit, but Miller able to get the barrel on it. Fouls it away for strike one. He went 0 for 2 in yesterday's game, but drew a walk and had an RBI fielder's choice. Faircloth in front of the bag, in fact on the grass at first. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Gloving that one is Pence to Wysocki at second, and No throw to first as Miller legs it out, reaching on the fielder's choice. Owen Nick is erased at the second base bag. That out going 6-4. Nice play by Pence, who got a little bit of a tough hop on that last bounce to him. But he was able to stay with it, kind of smothered that baseball as he pulled it in and then got it to Wysocki to make sure they got the out on the lead runner. One down with a runner at first for Caden Stanley. Jammed on that first pitch, fouls it back to the screen. Smith working that one in on the hands of the right-hand batter. 4-1, Hedgesville with the lead. South Berkeley batting, bottom half of inning number 2. Game scheduled to go 6. Here's the pitch. Down low, 1-1. I say scheduled to go 6 because over on the other side of this District 6 tournament in Area 1, yesterday's losers bracket championship went 9 innings. Smith ready, and the delivery, a letter-high strike on the outside edge. Now 1-2 to Stanley. It was Hampshire beating Moorfield 11-10 in 9 innings as Hampshire now joins Bi-State, moving on to the district tournament. 1-2 delivery on the way. That went up high. May have been a bit outside as well. Count evens 2-2. Bi-State drew a bye and only had to win 1 game to be the winners bracket champion. They beat Hampshire 15-3. Only 3 teams on the other side of the district. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Pence is up with it, goes to second for 1. The relay throw to first, not in time. Strong effort by Braden Miller, who was the runner at first, diving headfirst into second, trying to beat that throw, but could not do it. Again, the out recorded 6-4. The force out at second is the second out of the inning. And Caden Stanley is aboard at first as he reaches on that fielder's choice.
Up the bat, number 10, Braden Stevenson.
It'll bring up Braden Stevenson, left fielder, number 8 hitter in the order. Right-hand batter, slightly closed stance, swings through strike 1. So Owen Nick reached on an error to get the inning started. After that, it's just been exchanging the runner at first. Fielder's choice ground ball from Miller, fielder's choice ground ball from Stanley. So now Stanley is that runner at first as Stevenson takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. After 21 pitches in that first inning, Smith would love to get the out quickly here, save a few pitches. 1-1 on the way. Strike on the outside corner about knee high, and it's 1-2. So Stevenson going to have to protect. If anything's close, got to try to get the bat on it. He chokes up on the bat just a little bit. Now gets ready, and here comes that pitch. A swing and a miss. Stevenson climbed the ladder to go after that one as Smith delivered that high fastball. The strikeout will be the second in the ball game for Donovan Smith. And South Berkeley, after getting the leadoff man on an error, can get that runner no further than first base as they have the next 3 batters retired. 2 innings in the books with the score. Hedgesville 4, South Berkeley 1. 4-1.
The level of care that I got at WVU Medicine was top-notch.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
Is really an integration, looking at a clinical care network, looking at the good people who can help push the envelope and raise the bar for delivering a quality healthcare product.
To have my life back is absolutely a blessing. I am beyond thankful for WVU Medicine. I absolutely 100% have my life back.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hedgesville with 4 in that first inning. South Berkeley answered with a run in the bottom of the first. Neither team scores in the second, so it's a 4-1 Hedgesville lead as they come to the plate top of the third, and it's Levi Faircloth taking ball 1 down low. Wyatt McClintock, 46 pitches through 2 innings. We have 23 of those for strikes. Giving up the 4 runs on 4 hits. Catches the inside corner with the 1-0. That one had Faircloth backing up, but it caught the inside part of the plate, 1-1. A couple of walks, 3 strikeouts so far for McClintock. Comes back with an off-speed pitch, fouled off the end of the bat of Faircloth in behind home plate. Got just a piece of that one to stay alive at the plate. Ball and 2 strikes as Faircloth awaits. 0 for 1, a strikeout victim his first time up. Gets a piece of this one. Fouls it off of the catcher, Braden Miller, who couldn't hang on. Count remains 1-2. Rylan Swartz due next, and then it should be Jacob Staup, who came in as a special pinch runner in the first inning when the number 6 hitter Mason Elliott had a single to drive home a pair, and then Staup stayed in the game out in left field. Faircloth digging in, swings, has it go out off the end of the bat, a pop up into left center field, and a long run for the center fielder Ryder Gantz, who tracks over and makes the grab on the run for out number 1. Boy, very nice play, ranging far to his right, and good communication as Gantz was able to call off Stevenson. So there was no collision, making that play for out number 1. Now Rylan Swartz to the plate. McClintock delivers a fastball high for ball 1. Faircloth got it out off the end of the bat. Looked like it might drop in. No chance for the shortstop Gilbert where that one was going. You wondered if the left fielder Stevenson was going to get there, and it was Gantz who tracked it down. A wave and a miss by Swartz at the 1-0. Now a ball and a strike. Miller setting up on the outside edge, and that's exactly where McClintock put it. He hit the mitt of Miller for strike 2. McClintock would like to have an inning where he could set down the side pretty quickly. Misses a bit up with this 1-2 pitch. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. This next pitch will be the 10th of this half inning. That would put him up to 56 pitches. Remember, 85 is the total limit in a game. Swartz trying to check his swing, could not do it as he went after that 2-2 pitch that was down and away, and down on strikes goes Swartz. Strikeout number 4 for McClintock. And now it will bring up Jacob Staup. That's S-T-A-U-P, and the first pitch to him high goes off the mid of Miller to the backstop for ball 1. Staup, a right-hand hitter. Stands near the back of the box, bends at the knees as the pitch to the plate comes, misses just high, 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs, base is empty. Top of the 3rd, 4-1 Hedgesville. McClintock missing down low and outside for ball 3. Having some trouble finding the strike zone. Working from the stretch from the first base side of that pitching rubber. He comes back with a fastball that's high and inside, and Staup draws the base on balls. So a 2-out runner for Hedgesville. That will bring up Tristan Wysocki. Second baseman number 7 hitter had an RBI single in that first inning. Part of that 4-run first. It saw RBI hits from Swartz, Elliott, and Wysocki. First pitch, high and outside, and that's 5 straight from McClintock that have been outside of the strike zone. That came after the strikeout of Swartz on a 2-2 pitch. Here's that 1-0, and it is on the outside corner, now 1-1. Wysocki squared and waggled the bat out there as though he was going to bunt, had no intention. They provided a little bit of a target for McClintock to aim at. Now that 1-1 pitch fouled to the backstop, 1-2. McClintock looking down at his manager in the third base coach's box. Now steps back in. That open stance in the right-hand batter's box. McClintock ready, and the pitch in on the hands of the right-hand batter, a swing and a miss. And Wysocki goes down on strikes, a pair of Ks in the inning. able to pitch around the 2-out walk, leaving the base runner stranded at first. We'll head to the bottom of the third when we return to the Morgan County Little League Complex with Hedgesville on top of South Berkeley, 4-1.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
On Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, brought to you by Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring, Bechtel Jewelers, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Berkeley County Health Department, Procter & Gamble, the Mirius Group and Ameriprise, financial advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy, and Parsons Ford. Thanks to our sponsors supporting our coverage of the summertime tradition of Little League All-Star Baseball, the 10 to 12-year-old tournaments. Number 9 hitter, Trenton Nave, right fielder, getting it started in the South Berkeley half of the third, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. The pitch from Donovan Smith, who through 2 innings has thrown 36 pitches. We have 24 of those for strikes. No walks, a couple of strikeouts, and has given up a run on 2 hits. Misses high and away with this one. 1-1 now to Nave. Nave 0 for 1 with a strikeout in yesterday's win against Morgan County. Smith to the plate. At 1-1 down low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Isaac Gilbert out of the leadoff spot due next. South Berkeley finally looking to turn the order over. 2-1 pitch. High and outside. 3-1. Now Smith in danger of walking his first batter. He's ready from the wind and the pitch. Nave with a swing and a miss. Bit of a late swing. Had that moment of indecision. By the time he got the bat around, had missed the pitch. So now it's a full count, and the 3-2 is on the way. And that one misses just low and outside, ball 4. Nave will take his base, throwing the leadoff walk, the first walk allowed by Donovan Smith. Now manager Steve Nick going to come down and talk with our plate umpire, and I think we may use a special pinch runner, and we will. It'll be Dylan Moxley. Dylan Moxley taking over at first base for Nave as Isaac Gilbert, the leadoff hitter, ready to bat. He is 1 for 1. Had a double out into right center field his first time up. That was that little looper over the head of Wysocki in front of the right fielder Cumley. Bounced by Cumley, and by the time he could go get it, then he and Swartz, the center fielder, had trouble picking it up. Gilbert ultimately ended up at third base. First pitch here is a strike. Smith now ready, and the 0-1 on the way, and here's a ground ball towards the second baseman. It bounces away from Wysocki, and the shortstop in behind the second base bag, able to pick it up. Wysocki moving to his right, reaching out for it, could not handle it cleanly. It caromed away from him, and that error will put runners at first and second. May have just taken his eye off of it, rushed a little bit. He wanted to get that out of Moxley at second base. Now Matt Faircloth, the manager, out for a conference on the mound as he brings together the pitcher, catcher, and the entire infield with a little Western theme music in the background. A reminder as we wrap up our coverage here this evening, just a single game in the losers bracket. will be taking you to Game 1 of the Best of 3 College World Series final. It will be Michigan against Vanderbilt, and they will throw out the first pitch a little after 7 o'clock. Westwood 1 coverage will get underway at 6:45, and so we will join that coverage in progress as we finish here. The conference on the mound broken up by our plate umpire Jeff King, who went out and said, guys, we got to play baseball. And now we're back to doing that as Seth Kisner stands in. 2 on and nobody out. And Smith with a pitch that misses down low for ball 1. Kisner had a sacrifice fly into right field his first time up. Able to score Gilbert with the lone run so far for South Berkeley. Smith is ready with that next pitch that is down low and outside, 2-0. For whatever reason, he's hit a little bit of a wall here in this inning, giving up the leadoff walk and now falling behind Kisner. He hadn't walked a batter through those first 2. Here's a chopper out in front of the plate, charging down is Smith. He's got it, throws from his knees, but too late at first base, and Kisner has himself a swinging bunt base hit. Moxley, the special pinch runner, goes to third, Gilbert to second, and Kisner aboard on the infield base hit. He chopped that one into the ground right in front of home plate. It bounced out of the dirt circle to the grass. Smith did a nice job to come down and pick it up, but really had no chance to get the out at first. Made a nice throw to Faircloth. But too late as Kisner reaches. Bases loaded for McClintock. He'll go the other way off the end of the bat, drops it out into shallow left field, and that will bring home a run. Moxley easily scores from third. Going from second to third is Gilbert. Kisner goes from first to second, and Wyatt McClintock has his second hit of the day, has a run batted in as he took that pitch off the outside edge, got it on the end of the bat, and just dumped it over the head of the third baseman Noah Brown and out into left field. It was a nice play for Jacob Stout, who rushed in to pick it up and make sure that only 1 run scored. So 4-2 is the lead now for Hedgesville. And we will have a pitching change as it looks like Donovan Smith is going to make his way out to straightaway center field. Let's see what that means for Rylan Swartz, if he's going to take over on the mound or if we will have some other defensive changes as well. No, it looks like it may be a straight switch as Swartz went into the dugout off the third base side, changed gloves, and now he'll begin his warm-up tosses. As the new pitcher begins to loosen, we'll take a 1-minute timeout and then come back to the Morgan County Little League Complex. We're in the bottom half of inning number 3. South Berkeley down 4-2, but they've got the bases loaded with nobody out. It's Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. At Anthony's Pizza Inwood location, nobody does it better. We make our own dough and we bake it fresh twice daily. That's freshly baked twice a day to make sure your pizza always tastes great. Take advantage of our Anthony's Pizza special offer. Get 2 large one-topping pizzas, just $17.99. And when you buy 3 12-inch subs, the 4th one's on us. For the best in freshly made pizzas, subs, calzones, stromboli, lasagna, and more, it's got to be Anthony's Pizza, 372 Middleway Pike in Inwood. Call 229-7373 for delivery, anthonysmenu.com.
Rylan Swartz taking over for Donovan Smith. Smith in the start has so far given up 2 runs on 4 hits in 2+ innings. He struck out 2 and walked 1. The runners on base are still his responsibility as South Berkeley has the bases loaded with nobody out. Looking back to the first game on Saturday for Hedgesville, Swartz did not throw. So his first time on the mound here in this postseason tournament. He is doing a little mound work as he kicks some dirt around and actually dragging some dirt back up towards that pitching rubber. Not quite comfortable with the deep hole in front of that pitching rubber, and now Swartz ready to go. The right-hander working to the batter, Ryder Gantz, and misses down low and away with ball one. Golden opportunity for South Berkeley with the bases loaded and nobody out, down by 2 runs. Already plating a run in this inning. Here comes the pitch, and that one, again, just a bit low. 2 balls, no strikes. Gantz a strikeout victim on a 3-2 pitch his first time up. Swartz misses down low and outside with this one. It's 3-0, and there's no place to put him. A base on balls would bring in a run. Gilbert is at third, Kisner at second, McClintock at first, and the pitch taken for a strike. Gantz was showing bunt, but pulled that bat back out of the way. Swartz still has to bring a strike. The 3-1 pitch, here it comes. Here's a swing and a foul ball to the backstop. Count has gone full, 3-2. So Swartz battling back after falling behind 3-0. See if he can find that out pitch, the 3-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. That one popped in and out of the mitt of Canarium, the catcher, but with first base occupied, Gantz could not try to reach. So he is down on strikes, 1 away in the inning. It'll bring to the plate Owen Nick. We have Nick reaching on an error to the second baseman back in the second inning. 1 error in each of the South Berkeley at-bats for this Hedgesville defense. Nick, a right-hand batter, swings at the first pitch, chops it along that third base line, picked up by the pitcher, and the backhand toss, trying to get the force out at the plate, but not in time as Isaac Gilbert sliding in safely as the feet got there before the throw. So Gilbert is able to score. Kisner goes to third, McClintock to second, and Nick is aboard at first. He'll reach on the fielder's choice, and we'll get credit with a run batted in as the bases remain loaded. And now South Berkeley is within a run, trailing 4-3. Braden Miller is the due batter, and he takes down low and outside, ball one. It's a bang-bang play as Swartz came down off the mound, fielded that one, made that quick toss. But a great hustling play by Gilbert, able to beat it out. The 1-0 pitch up and into Miller, 2 balls and no strikes. Miller bounced into a 6-4 fielder's choice his first time up back in the second inning. 7th batter to hit in this South Berkeley half of the third. The 2-0 taken for a strike, now 2-1. 2 runs in the inning. South Berkeley threatening for more, bases loaded with just 1 out. Miller with a swing and apparently got a piece of it. It's a dead ball as it bounced in behind the plate. Our plate umpire Jeff King gives a new baseball to Canarium, the catcher. He'll get it out to Swartz. We'll get back to action with the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4-3 Hedgesville leading South Berkeley. 2 ball, 2 strike pitch. On the outside corner, that's taken for a called strike 3. Well, a pair of Ks for Swartz as he has struck out 2 of the 3 batters that he has faced. Has also given up that RBI fielder's choice bouncer right out in front of the plate. And now it's up to Caden Stanley to try to get that tying run, maybe even the go-ahead run in. Stanley bounced into a 6-4 fielder's choice his first time up, and he takes high and inside for ball 1. Swartz came in with a run in, nobody out, and the bases loaded. If he can get out of this only giving up 1 other run and having his team still up by 1, could provide some momentum for Hedgesville. 1-0 pitch taken for a strike, now 1-1 to Stanley. You know how that momentum switches in this game of baseball so quickly. The bases loaded with 2 outs. Here's that 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. Stanley just a little late on that pitch, right up around the top of the strike zone. He'll Take his time, stepping back in, choking up on the bat just slightly. Here's that 2-strike pitch, and he fouls it to the backstop. It holds 1-2. Good job by Stanley just to get the bat out there, make contact, and now he'll see another pitch, looking for something he could hopefully drive somewhere. Center fielder Smith not real deep. Corner outfielder's about routine depth. Here's that 1-2 pitch, and on his hands he fouls this one to the backstop, holding it a ball and 2 strikes. So Stanley has fouled off back-to-back pitches in a key situation. 2 outs, bases loaded, tying run at third, 4-3. Hedgesville in front. Here comes that 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him, came up and in, and Stanley just couldn't get the barrel of the bat around in time. And a nice job by Rylan Swartz as he faces 4 batters and strikes out 3 of them. He does give up a fielder's choice bouncer out in front of the plate that scores a run as South Berkeley puts 2 on the board. They draw a little bit closer but cannot get it tied. We are through 3 complete with your score: Hedgesville 4 and South Berkeley 3.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
We only make home loans, so we better be good at it. And we are. It's that simple. With our focus solely on mortgage lending, you can come to us with peace of mind knowing that your mortgage loan is in good hands. As one of the nation's largest private lenders, our focus is on helping you get into your new home.
We go to the top half of inning number 4, storyline through 3. Hedgesville has plated 4 runs on 4 hits, all coming in the first inning. They have committed 3 errors, stranding 3 base runners, leaving 1 in scoring position. South Berkeley has put 3 on the board on 4 hits. They have yet to commit an error. They have stranded 4 base runners and left 2 in scoring position. Hedgesville with their 4 runs in the first inning, while South Berkeley scored 1 in the first and added 2 in their last at bat in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They've gotten to within a run at 4-3, and now Hedgesville to the plate, trying to get something going again against Wyatt McClintock. Let's give this young man some credit. After a tough first inning, he has settled down nicely, is not allowed to hit over the last 2 Hedgesville at-bats. So standing in, swinging at the first pitch, Austin Manor, and he will line it to the third baseman, Owen Nick, ranging a step to his left. He was able to pull that one in, and on 1 pitch, Manor down on the line drive. Well, that's a tough one. He hit it sharply, but really almost right at him as Manor goes back to the dugouts. It looks like we're going to have another hitter, Brian French, who will be called on in the number 9 spot in the order, batting for Jacob Cumley. So with 1 out and the bases empty, Manor retired on the line drive. The first pitch to French, a strike. Next delivery on the way, and it's a bouncing ball past the pitcher, charging the shortstop. Gilbert can't handle it cleanly, picks it up, and still has time to throw him out. Gilbert came charging in, tried to pick that one up, dropped it back down to the ground, but still able to pick it up and fire across to Kisner at first, and French retired on 2 pitches. That ground out goes 6-3. 2 outs, nobody on. Back to the top of the order, and Landon Pence. Pence spinning out of the way of 1 up and in for ball 1. Pence drew a walk and scored in the first. Bounced into a 4-6 fielder's choice in the second. Got to second on a pass ball, but was stranded there. He grounds this one to the second baseman. Stanley up with it and makes that throw to first in time to get him. So a nice play by the second baseman. And hang on, that may very well have been Gantz, who moved into second base with some changes for South Berkeley. So a very nice play to retire Pence. The out goes 4-3, and McClintock and South Berkeley able to set Hedgesville down in order in the top of the fourth. We are through 3.5 as we take a break with the score Hedgesville 4 and South Berkeley 3.
The National Maritime Center primary mission is to credential all U.S. mariners. We have approximately 250 employees here in Martinsburg, West Virginia. Most people aren't aware of the quality of life here in Berkeley County. We have a lot of employees that are from the area. We obviously have folks that have to do tours here, and it's kind of a little bit of a hidden secret of how nice the quality of life is here.
It's the late nights. It's the early mornings. It's working in the sunshine and rain and snow. It's the dedication, the care, the hours of training that led to the winner's circle. It's our job, our passion, our lives. We are the horsemen.
Off the bat, number 17, Kaylee Brennan.
Here we go as Kaylee Brennan will bat to get this bottom half of inning number 4. Started for South Berkeley. On the hill, Rylan Swartz going into his first full inning of relief after coming in the last half inning for the starter Donovan Smith. And the first pitch up and in, ball 1 to Kaylee Brennan. Yesterday, as Kaylee came to the plate, Trip Tobin, who was helping us with the broadcast, brought up her brother Wesley, who was playing some Legion baseball after he was a 12-year-old All-Star, played JV ball up at Musselman this year as Brennan swings and misses. And Lynn Compton, tournament director, came up and told me he spoke with her before the game as she swings and misses at this one, now 1-1. She said her brother picks on her some and wanted us to mention her a lot more when she was at the plate as opposed to him. Just having a little sibling rivalry there. She takes this pitch up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. She stands back away from the plate, bends at the knees. Weight on that back foot with the front heel in the air, kind of that front foot up on the toe as she takes this pitch down low, and the count has gone full 3 balls and 2 strikes. That payoff pitch on the way, down low and outside, good eye. Kaylee Brennan, she draws the base on balls. What a way to get the inning started. South Berkeley now has the game-tying run on base, trailing 4-3 in this home half of inning number 4. I think we're going to have a special pinch runner, and we will. That'll be Caden Stanley, who is called on to run.
1%.
So Caden Stanley, special pinch runner at first base after Brennan draws the walk. Now we'll bring up the number 9 spot in the order, and the first pitch just a little bit high. That's ball 1 to Tyler Luketic. So Luketic being called on here in this 4th inning. He will swing through the next delivery as the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Luketic in the 9 spot, batting where Trenton Nave drew a walk and scored back in the 3rd. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. Luketic a little off balance, almost fell backwards at the end of that swing. Count now 1-2. Stanley aboard at first. Nobody out. Tying run aboard in this bottom of the 4th inning. Luketic watches. The pitch is outside. It's 2-2. Rylan Swartz on the hill. From the full windup with that pitch. On the outside corner, it's a called strike 3. Luketic down on strikes. And how about 4 strikeouts already for Swartz since coming in the 3rd inning? 1 down in this bottom of the 4th.
Number 31, Isaiah Gilbert.
Isaac Gilbert making his way to the plate. Gilbert has doubled, reached on an error, and scored 2 runs. First time to face Swartz. Here's a fly ball into left field. Left fielder in on it to his right, and will make that grab And now the throw back in, and they double off the runner at first as Stanley did not get back to first base. Wow. That is tough for South Berkeley as they get the fly out off the bat of Gilberts. And you still expect a runner at first with 2 away and Seth Kisner coming to the plate, and instead it ends up being a double play as Hedgesville threw to the cutoff and then back in behind the runner at first to end up doubling off Stanley and bringing the inning to a close. Heading to the 5th after this with Hedgesville on top of South Berkeley 4-3.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
It'll bring to the plate Noah Brown as we get this top half of the 5th inning started. Hedgesville at the dish with a 4-3 lead. First pitch from Wyatt McClintock down low for ball 1. We would have McClintock right up around 70, a little more than 70 pitches. Here's a swing on the 1-0 and a big bouncer to the third baseman. Owen Nix got it. Throw to first, and Kisner keeps it in the glove right on the top of the dirt, and Brown is retired on 2 pitches. Nice play on both ends on the big bounce out, 5-3.
Number 14, Trenton Canerium.
So Trenton Canerium, number 3 hitter in the order, to the plate with nobody on. Swings at the first pitch, sends a line drive over the head of the center fielder. That one will go all the way to the fence over top of Dylan Moxley. He'll track it down quickly and hold Canerium to a very long single. Oh boy, you could tell as Moxley was looking at that one that it was sailing up over his head. A line shot right under the 200-foot sign in straightaway center. But a nice play by Moxley to get it in quickly and hold Canerium to the single. An insurance run on base for Levi Faircloth, and we'll have again a special pinch runner. So it looks like Donovan Smith who's going to run in this situation. So Smith aboard at first with 1 down, and Levi Faircloth the batter, and he looks at ball 1. Faircloth 0 for 2, a strikeout and a fly out to center. Canerium, by the way, now 2 for 3. Had an infield single and run scored his first time up. Getting jammed, Faircloth grounds it to the third baseman. He'll go to second for 1, and that's all they'll get. As Donovan Smith is erased on the out that goes 5-4. Getting the force out at second base, Faircloth reaches at first on the fielder's choice. Now there with 2 outs in the inning. It'll bring up Rylan Swartz. Yeah, Faircloth had that one come in on his hands. He turned on it, bounced it to Owen Nick, who made a nice play, a strong throw to get the out at second. That is Gantz, who has come in from the outfield with Moxley now in center. Gantz has taken over at second base. Rylan Swartz taking down and away ball 1. 2 down now in the inning with that runner at first. Hedgesville put 4 on the board in the first inning, and Wyatt McClintock has really pitched well, not giving up a run since. Here's a fly ball into center field. Moxley in a few steps to his left, reaches out and pulls it in, and Swartz lines out to center, and that brings the inning to a close. So McClintock and the defense for South Berkeley continuing to do their job, keeping them in this ball game with a chance going to the bottom of the 5th inning, down by just a run. It's Hedgesville 4 and South Berkeley 3.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
If you hang the WVU Medicine sign, certainly has helped take us to another level.
He literally saved my life. It's just mind-boggling to me that he was able to do what he did.
We're able to affect much more of a difference for our patients with these resources.
Having people treated locally enhances their overall care.
They treat you great, and they're down to earth in the West Virginia way that all West Virginians treat each other.
Tournament game is presented by Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg under the authority of Little League Baseball and Softball and may not be rebroadcast or retransmitted without the expressed written permission of Little League International, South Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Visit Little League online at littleleague.org. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Seth Kisner to face Ryland Schwartz in a good one here in the elimination game today. 4-3. Hedgesville with the lead. South Berkeley 2 more at bats. First pitch swinging. Kisner sends a line drive right at the second baseman. He'll reach out and pull that one in for out number 1. So Wysocki hanging on to that one on the line drive. 1 away, nobody on. It brings up Wyatt McClintock, the left-hand batter. Takes the first pitch down low for ball 1. McClintock had an RBI single his last time up, singled back in the first inning as well, so he's 2 for 2. The left-hand hitter takes this one inside. 2-0 the count, 1 out, nobody on. Ryder Gantz would be due next. So the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in this South Berkeley order in a position where they need a run. 2-0 pitch, a bit high, 3 balls and no strikes. Schwartz nearing 35 pitches so far since he has come in. Delivers a strike on the inside corner. McClintock kind of turned his back to that one, thought it was going to miss inside. Was really taking all the way with the count 3-0, and now that 3-1 is due. Here it comes. Swinging a bouncing ball in between a third and a short and out into left field for a base hit. Boy, McClintock continues to swing a hot bat. Going the other way with that one. 3 for 3 today after going 4 for 4 yesterday. So Wyatt McClintock has had hits in his last 7 at-bats. He's aboard at first for Ryder Gantz. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Gantz looking to put it in play and make something happen as he takes a fastball on the outside edge for strike 1. 4-3, Hedgesville the lead. South Berkeley trying to get that tying run across. Gantz swinging at the 0-1, sends it foul. A liner out of play, first base side. Count 0-2. It's been a little late so far today, both against Smith and now in this at bat against Schwartz. He's fouled several off going that other direction. The right-hand batter awaits the 0-2. Schwartz ready. Here it comes, and it's a fly ball into right field, charging hard and reaching up and making the grab is the Hedgesville right fielder. That is 00's Jacob Cumley, who started the game in right, and he's out there making a nice play to retire Gantz. So 2 outs in the inning. A runner still at first. Here comes Owen Nick. 0 for 2. But has been on base twice, has reached on an error, and has had an RBI fielder's choice. He swings through strike 1. Hedgesville with another at-bat coming. Final at-bat in regulation in the top of the 6th inning. They'll have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters trying to add some insurance to what right now is just a thin 1-run lead. Here's a bouncing ball towards third. Up with it is the third baseman, and Brown with that throw across the diamond in time to get him. So Nick on the 0-1 bounces out 5-3. It sets down the side. South Berkeley got a 1-out single from Wyatt McClintock, but will leave that runner stranded at first base. Heading to the final inning of regulation in this one with the score Hedgesville 4, South Berkeley 3.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the...
Well, the Washington Nationals off tonight after falling in 10 innings yesterday to the Atlanta Braves 4-3. The Nationals finishing the 10-game homestand, 6 wins and 4 losses. They are on the road today. They'll play in Miami against the Marlins Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, then off to Detroit Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Number 6 spot in the order, Colton Stefanko will stand in, and he takes strike 1 from Wyatt McClintock. McClintock with only about 9 pitches to give before he'll reach the 85-pitch limit. Here's a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2 to Stefanko. He'll be the 3rd batter to hit in this number 6 spot in the order. Good eye as this one misses just down low and away. 1 ball in, 2 strikes. Stefanko in that right-hand batter's box. Waggles the bat near the earpiece as he backs out of the way of this pitch inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the break even on the way. Swing and a miss. Just a little bit out in front of that one. Good pitch from McClintock as he will collect his 6th strikeouts of the night. His first strikeout over the last couple of innings. Got that 5th strikeout of Tristan Wysocki to end the 3rd. Now gets Stefanko here to open this 6th inning. Now Wysocki at the plate is down in the count 0-1, that first one for a strike. Wysocki has had an RBI single and has struck out swinging. Swings at this one, sends it past the shortstop on a line out into left field. And moving over and getting that one in quickly is Kaylee Brennan out in left, holding Wysocki to the 1-out single. So an insurance run on base for Austin Maynor. Maynor lined out to the 3rd baseman his first time up. Takes down low in the dirt. It's a bouncing ball that gets away from Miller. And it'll be a wild pitch allowing the runner to advance as Wysocki goes to 2nd. Very important run now in scoring position with just 1 out. 4-3, Hedgesville with that 1-run lead would like to get at least that 1 insurance run, if not more. Austin Maynor takes this pitch high. It's 2 balls, no strikes. McClintock ready, the delivery lifted in the air into right field. Right fielder charging in on it, tries to make a basket catch but cannot hang on to it. It drops to the ground as Tyler Luketic tried to make a very good catch on the run, but it just hit the back of the glove and then bounced away. And all hands will be safe. It was a case where Wysocki had to wait and see if the ball was going to be caught, so could only advance to 3rd base as Maynor reaches on that base hit out into right. Now we'll have Steve Nick out of the dugout along the first base side. Conference on the mound, and that will be it for McClintock as he has reached that pitch limit. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, we would have him right around 86 pitches, and 85 is the limit. Again, you can go over as you finish out the batter that you reach that 85th pitch. One time it used to be you'd get to that pitch and it was automatic. It's like, nope, you're out. That was always tough in the middle of an at-bat. And then Little League decided, all right, let's let you finish that at-bat, even though you might throw a few more pitches. And so it's Owen Nick, who had been at third base, being called on now. He'll take over the mound for Wyatt McClintock. And as Nick gets in his warm-up tosses, we take a 1-minute timeout and then come back. We are in the top of the 6th inning, final inning of regulation, with Hedgesville leading South Berkeley 4-3.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Nick moves from third to the mound. A straight switch as Wyatt McClintock, who had been pitching, goes over to third base. We had McClintock at about 86 pitches, 47 for strikes in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs on 7 hits. He struck out 6 and walked 3. The runners on base, his responsibility as he heads to third with runners at first and third. And Jacob Cumley, the batter out of the number 9 spot in the order. In the first pitch, down and in. It gets away from the catcher. The runner at third holds while the runner at first goes to second. So Austin Maynor now in scoring position after that wild pitch in the dirt. And Cumley will step back in with the count at 1-0. Cumley gave way to French, who batted in the 4th inning. Now Cumley back up there. He is 0 for 0 with a base on balls. He shows bunt, takes the pitch that just misses. 2 balls and no strikes. First base is now open with runners at second and third. 1 down in the inning. Big situation for Owen Nick. Working from the stretch, he delivers right down the middle for a strike. It's now 2-1. Again, Cumley was showing bunt, but pulled that bat back out of the way. The 2-1 pitch due. Nick takes his time, comes set, and the delivery. A strike on the outside corner as the count evens up. 2-2. South Berkeley in the bottom of the 6th inning will have the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up. Right now down by a run and hoping to keep it that way. 2 in scoring position with just 1 out. And the pitch to Cumley down low and outside. It's a full count now, 3-2. Sun finally getting behind the trees out in center field. A little more the shadows, if you will, across the field. Not so much that bright sun coming in towards the batter or the press box. Time taken as Cumley steps out, now steps back in. And Nick ready with the 3-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes. And that one, up and in, and it glanced off that batting helmet of Cumley. He is okay as he heads to first base, but hit by the pitch on ball 4. And that will load the bases with just 1 away. And we're back to the top of the order in Landon Pence. Pence coming to the plate for a 4th time. He walked and scored in the first, reached on a fielder's choice in the second, and then bounced out to the second baseman in the 4th inning. First base umpire Rick Maphis checking on the batter Cumley to make sure that he is okay, and he is. He's been on base twice, a walk and now a hit by pitch. Bases loaded, 1 out. Landon Pence digs into the right-hand boxes. Owen Nick gets ready. Infield going to draw in now. Here's the pitch, and it's down low and outside for ball 1. Tough situation for Braden Miller as well. The catcher doesn't want a ball to get by him. Risk a run trying to score. The 1-ball, no strike pitch. Here it comes. That one up and away. 2-0. And now a big pitch for Nick. You hate to go 3 balls and no strikes with no place to put him. If you're Pence, you're looking for a pitch you could hit here. The 2-0 on the way. Swinging a bouncing ball on the right side of the infield. Gloved by the second baseman. Gantz will turn, make that throw to first, and in time to get him. Good dig at first by Seth Kisner as Pence is retired on the ground out. It'll go 4-3, but he will get a run batted in as he scores a huge insurance run. Crossing the plate, from third is Wysocki, and that will give Hedgesville now a 5-3 lead. Maynard goes to third, Cumley to second, so 2 more still in scoring position for Noah Brown. Now a 2-run lead for Hedgesville at 5-3. Brown looking for his first hit, 0 for 3 today, takes right down the middle for strike 1. Boy, that was a nice play by Gantz out at second. As he was playing in, he ranged back to his left and played that ball as it was really going by him, and then squared up to make that throw to get the out. The pitch to Brown, high and inside, gets away from Miller. The runners have to hold as it quickly caromed off the backstop. Count now at 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown has popped out to the pitcher, has struck out swinging, and has grounded out to third. Time taken by the batter. He'll step out and gather his thoughts. Now we'll step back in. Nick working from the windup. And here comes that 1-1. Check swing on that pitch. It is a called strike. 1-2. And not called as a result of whether the location of the pitch, but called on the swing itself as Brown could not check up. So now it's 1-2. Nick a pitch away from getting out of this without giving up another run. Here comes that pitch, and it's a line drive into center field, and it's going to be played on a bounce by Moxley. He'll get it back in as just 1 run scores. Maynard able to come across from third. Cumley will stop at third. Runners at the corners on the RBI base hit for Noah Brown. And with a couple of runs on the scoreboard in this half inning, Hedgesville has pushed that lead out to 6-3. Time being taken. Steve Nick out. It looks like he's going to go ahead and take the baseball from Owen Nick. And we will have another pitching change. Let's wait and see who the new pitcher will be. Still haven't quite gotten the number as our new pitcher is getting in his warm-up tosses. That looks to be a 3-1, and it's Isaac Gilbert. So Gilbert, who had been playing at short, now taking over on the mound, trying to get the final out in this top of inning number 6 and get his team to the plate in their final at bat of regulation. Right now, down by 3 runs. Hedgesville putting together a pretty good, you might say, bookend to this game, as they scored 4 in that first inning, did not score again until this top of the 6th inning. Goose eggs through the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Meanwhile, South Berkeley plated a run in the bottom of the 1st, added 2 in the bottom of the 3rd, got their way back to a 4-3 score. But now in this top of the 6th inning, Hedgesville has gotten the insurance that they were looking for, out in front by a 6-3 count. For Nick, he came in and went a 1/3 of an inning. So far has not yet given up a run, but the 2 on base are his responsibility. No strikeouts, no walks, but he did hit 1 batter as he would face 3 batters in all. Roughly 13 pitches thrown by Nick. About 6 of those for strikes. And now Gilbert ready to go to work, facing Trenton Canarium. Just trying to get the final out of the inning. Won't be easy. Canarium has been a tough out. He's 2 for 3 with an infield hit, a pop out to short, and a single to center. Runners at the corners, and you only imagine that Brown will be off on this first pitch from Gilbert's. All 6 runs on the board count against the starter, Wyatt McClintock, with the run scoring in this half inning. Yep, there goes the base runner as Canarium takes strike one, and Brown down to second without the benefit of a throw. So 2 in scoring position as Canarium takes this one off that outside edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runs have already scored, 2 more in scoring position. 2 outs in the inning. Gilbert to the plate. Pitch down low, bounces to the backstop. We could have a play at the plate, and we will not. Miller, the catcher, by the time he could get to the ball, never had a chance to get it to Gilbert at the plate covering. As the run comes home to score, Cumley crosses from third on the wild pitch. Brown now stands at third. 7-3 the lead for Hedgesville. That is the first official run that goes against Owen Nick. The runner at third, again, still his responsibility. 2 balls, 1 strike on Canarium. 2-1 pitch, lifted in the air down the right field line, and that one will be a foul ball. Long run for the right fielder. Not able to get there as that one bounces in and takes a hop over towards the fence. That's Luketic out in right. So it's an even count, 2-2. Again, as we look ahead, it'll be Miller, Stanley, and then we'll see who bats. It should be Brennan in the 6, 7, and 8 spots in the order for South Berkeley. Canarium swinging at the 2-2, fouls it to the backstop. Count holding even. 3 runs have scored in the inning. Brown still just 60 feet away at third base with 2 outs. 7-3 the lead for Hedgesville. The 2-2 on the way, and that one just misses. It's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Levi Faircloth due next if Canarium can reach. Here comes that 3-2 delivery. Popped him up in behind home plate and will get back out of play. That one hitting in the netting just to the left of our broadcast position. So the count at 3-2 to Canarium again with the 8th pitch of the at-bat on the way. First batter that Gilbert has faced, trying to get this final out of the top of the 6th. Here comes that pitch, and it is just low and away, and that is ball 4. So Gilbert issues the base on balls. That will put runners at the corners and will bring up Levi Faircloth.
Number 24, Levi Faircloth.
He has struck out, flied out to center, bounced into a fielder's choice. Batting with 2 outs and 2 on. Let's see if Canarium is off with the first pitch. That pitch in there for a strike, but nope, he stays at first. Brown aboard at third. Faircloth in the right-hand batter's box awaiting that 0-1 from Gilbert. From the windup, here's the pitch. Pretty well hit into that gap in right center. A long run for the center fielder. Moxley cannot get there. It takes a bounce, goes up against the fence. Brown scores. Canarium being waved around. Here comes the throw through to the plate and not in time. Faircloth will stop at second. He's got a double to drive home 2 more. And it's now a 9-3 Hedgesville lead. Oh, boy, got into that one and sent it out into right center field. A long run for Moxley, the center fielder, who gave it a great effort, but just could not get there. Canarium showing good speed coming all the way around from first. Brown easily scored from third, and now Ryland Swartz, the batter, swings, sends it on a bounce to the second baseman. Gantz is up with it, and that throw on to first is in time to get him. So the out goes 4-3. It ends the inning, but the damage done as 9 batters come to the plate for Hedgesville, and they put 5 runs on the board. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, the final at-bat for South Berkeley, your score is now Hedgesville 9 and South Berkeley 3.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
And to the Morgan County Little League Complex. South Berkeley down to their final 3 outs and now in a much deeper hole. They came into this 6th inning down by just a run at 4-3, but Hedgesville responds by putting 5 runs on the board in the top of the 6th inning, and now South Berkeley has to find a way to rally against Ryland Swartz. And the first pitch to Braden Miller in there for strike 1. 9-3, the lead for Hedgesville, looking to advance and face Martinsburg one more time. They lost to Martinsburg earlier in the tournament. The two would face tomorrow for the losers bracket championship. Count now 0-2 to Miller. Here's the pitch, missing inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one almost got him as Miller kind of flinched as it went by, expecting to be hit by the pitch. He's 0 for 2. A fielder's choice and a strikeout, and he'll foul this one off at the plate. Holding it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swartz came in back in the 3rd inning. He's been very solid. Would get the win in this one as he's going to ultimately end up going 4 innings. Miller with a foul tip hung on to by Canerium. And on that 1-2 pitch, Miller made a little bit of contact, but not enough as Canerium able to hang on, and that'll be a strikeout. The 5th of the game for Swartz. 1 down, bases empty. Caden Stanley, the due batter, but nope, it's Moxley. This is where Dylan Moxley, who's been in defensively, went into the batting order, and he swings through strike 1. So Moxley in the number 7 spot in the order here in the 6th inning. Cannot make contact on this one, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Moxley, a right-hand hitter. The right-hand pitcher on the mound delivers. This one down low and away. Now at 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll get you to the College World Series game, one of the best of 3 finals in progress as we wrap up here. Moxley cannot catch up with that 1-2 pitch. A swinging strikeout for the 2nd out of the inning. 6th K for Swartz. 2 outs, bases empty. And it looks like we'll have a re-entry as Braden Stevenson will come back in. Stevenson replacing Kaylee Brennan, who pinch hit and drew a walk back in the 4th. And the first pitch to Stevenson is in there for a strike. Stevenson struck out back in the 2nd inning. Next pitch, fastball high. Stevenson checks his swing. Evens up the count 1-1. Tough spot for South Berkeley down to that final out, in need of at least 6 to keep it going. Here's a pitch down low for ball 2. Now 2-1. Swartz from the windup, works from the first base side of the pitching rubber. This is well outside with this one. Count now goes to 3 balls and a strike. That 3-1 pitch taken for strike 2. Now Stevenson needs to find a way to put it in play. Foul it off if it's close. 3-2 pitch, just outside ball 4. Wow, shows a very good eye to draw the base on balls. 2nd walk allowed by Swartz since he has come in. There will be a base runner with 2 outs for Tyler Luketic. Luketic got caught looking at a 2-2 pitch back in the 4th inning. after coming in for Trenton Nave, who started the game in the number 9 spot out in right field. The first pitch, a wild pitch well outside. That is ball 1, and Stevenson moves up to second base. 9-3, the Hedgesville lead, looking to get the final out and advance to tomorrow's Losers Bracket Championship against Martinsburg. And they'll try to exact a little revenge, falling to Martinsburg 4-3 on Saturday. Luketic comes up empty on the 1-0, 1 ball, 1 strike. A game in which Martinsburg raced out to the 4-0 lead and then held on as Hedgesville got to within a run. The 1-1 pitch outside off the glove of the catcher, allowing Stevenson to take the extra base. Count to Luketic, 2 balls and a strike. So a walk, a wild pitch. That one may very well be a passed ball, moving the runner all the way to third. And now Luketic pops it up, first base side, foul territory, and it hits off the roof of the South Berkeley dugout and bounces away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Faircloth, the first baseman, had the eyes on it as he moved over to the edge of the dugout, but not enough room for the park to hold it. Now the 2 ball, 2 strike pitch due. Schwartz ready. Here it comes. That one's a bit high and outside. It's a full count, 3-2. Nice eye by Luketic. Did not chase that pitch. Now a payoff is due with 2 outs and a runner at third and a 9-3 Hedgesville lead. The payoff pitch on the way. Misses down low, may have been a bit outside as well, and that is back-to-back base on balls with 2 outs in the inning. And we'll go back to the top of the order as it brings up Isaac Gilbert. So Luketic is at first, Stevenson at third, and Gilbert to the plate. He has doubled, reached on an error, and flied into an unusual double play. Fly ball to left, and they threw behind the runner all the way back at first. Gilbert a little late on that decision, kind of waves and misses at a pitch that was down low and away. No balls and a strike. The runner's at the corners. The runner at first holding his ground as Gilbert grounds this one back up the middle past the second baseman out into center field. That'll be an RBI base hit. Gilbert keeps it going on the 0-1 pitch, sending that RBI single up the middle. Advancing to second on the play, Luketic, scoring from third, Stevenson. A run on the board for South Berkeley, now trailing 9-4. And 2 on base for Seth Kisner. That'll bring Matt Faircloth out to the mound, wanting to talk to Schwartz. We would have him well up over 50 pitches, in fact, probably over 60. So he's not going to be coming out of this game. No chance to preserve him in any way for tomorrow. It is his, so just a conversation to try to settle things down. See if he can get that final out against Seth Kisner. Kisner had a sacrifice fly to bring home a run in the first, had an infield single in the third, a line out to second in the fifth, so he is officially 1 for 2 with a run batted in. 9-4, the current Hedgesville lead, a run on the board in this bottom half of the 6th inning for South Berkeley. We've seen wild things happen in Little League Baseball. It ain't over till it's over. I believe that was a famous Yogi Berra saying, and he was right. So we're ready for action in the first pitch to Kisner. Very big swing and a miss for strike 1. Took a hearty rip at that one. Runners at first and second. 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. That one off the outside corner and a pass ball as it glances off the glove of Canarium, and the runners will move up. Luketic goes to third, Gilbert to second. What that pass ball does is takes away a fielder's choice at either second or third, meaning the out could be a little tougher. Count at 1 ball and 1 strike, and that 1-1 pitch on the outside corner for a called strike 2. Now Schwartz a pitch away from ending this one and sending Hedgesville to tomorrow's Losers Bracket Championship. The 1-2 on the way. Here it comes, down low and outside. Backhand stab by Canarium holds the runners. Now 2-2 to Kisner. The runners at second and third. 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch. A soft liner right back to the pitcher, and Kisner lines out to Swartz to bring the game to a close. South Berkeley battles throughout, but will fall short by a final score of 9-4. We will come back and tell you all about it as we get into our post-game show. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and at TV 10. We're back in 2 minutes.
If you're not progressing in healthcare, you're falling behind.
WU Medicine has planted itself here, and they're the first university that I've found who wants to take ownership of this population of Western Maryland, Southern Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and the good people of West Virginia. And it's really refreshing to see.
I was able to do things that the patients were going away for, which is good for the patients, and it's good for us because we have more resources.
Certainly has helped take us to another level.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome to La Bella Vita, named for my Grandma Vita. Our mountaintop getaway honors her legacy while complementing the home's spectacular views. This recently renovated property boasts a breathtaking landscape of Deep Creek Lake while providing great open interior spaces for a sensational vacation. You'll immediately notice the great room allows for entertaining, dining, and relaxing after long days on the lake or skiing on the slopes of Wisp. Your family and friends will enjoy relaxing in all the open spaces. The home features 6 bedrooms, including 4 that are private suites. And each of the 4 levels of this home feature amazing visibility as far as the eye can see. Like our family, we hope you enjoy making memories here on the mountain. We love sharing the spacious, warm, and inviting home that overlooks the lake. Cheers to the beautiful life, La Bella Vita.
Morgan County Little League Complex. We are in Berkeley Springs, West Virginia for the 10 to 12-year-old District 6 Area 1 Little League All-Star Tournament. And we are down to 1 game left. Tomorrow it'll be the Losers Bracket Championship, and it will be between the Hedgesville All-Stars and the Martinsburg All-Stars. Matt Miller with you, Caleb Falero, our studio engineer. The final in this one, Hedgesville over South Berkeley 9-4 to advance to tomorrow's matchup with Hedgesville. South Berkeley eliminated as they finish the tournament with 1 win and 2 losses. Hedgesville now at 1-1 in tournament play. Hedgesville, the visiting team, got it started with 4 in the top of the first inning. 4 runs on 4 hits, an RBI infield hit for Rylan Swartz, a 2 RBI single for Mason Elliott, and an RBI single for Treston Wysocki. The big blows in the inning. South Berkeley would respond with a run in the bottom of the first inning. Isaac Gilbert reached on a double, took third on an error, and then scored on a sacrifice fly from Seth Kisner. It would remain 4-1 through the second and into the bottom of the third inning when the leadoff batter drew a walk for South Berkeley. That was Trenton Nave. Isaac Gilbert then reached on an error after an infield base hit from Seth Kisner loaded him. Wyatt McClintock delivered an RBI single to bring home a run. After a strikeout, Owen Nick delivered an RBI fielder's choice. 2 runs on the board. The issue for South Berkeley, they ultimately left the bases loaded with a pair of strikeouts that ended the inning, a run short of tying it. Hedgesville led 4-3 as we went to the 4th. Neither team scored in the 4th or the 5th. And then in the top of the 6th inning, Hedgesville exploded, putting 5 runs on the board. They did it on 4 base hits. There was a hit batter and a walk in the inning as well. There was an RBI ground out for Landon Pence, an RBI single for Noah Brown, a 2 RBI double for Levi Faircloth, and one of the runs scored on a wild pitch. South Berkeley down 9-3 going into their final at bat would not go quietly after a pair of strikeouts. It was Braden Stevenson drawing a walk, Tyler Luketic drew a walk, and then Isaac Gilbert delivered a run with an RBI single. But with 2 on in scoring position and 2 outs, Seth Kisner with a soft liner back to the pitcher ends the game, and Hedgesville gets the win 9-4. But we'll take a 1-minute timeout, and then we will return to run the numbers from this one, tell you about our game tomorrow. As we wrap up our broadcast, we'll then take you to the College World Series, Game 1 of the best-of-3 finals between Michigan and Vanderbilt, and we'll join that in progress in just a bit. This is Little League All-Star Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Procter & Gamble brands are trusted in millions of living rooms, kitchens, laundry rooms, and bathrooms. P&G's Tabler Station plant in Martinsburg, West Virginia, is open and hiring. Candidates must be 18 years or older and possess a high school diploma or GED. No experience necessary. P&G offers an extensive list of benefits and starting wage of $17.50 an hour. To apply, go to pgcareers.com and search Plant Technicians, Martinsburg, West Virginia. Be part of P&G's most technologically advanced location in the world.
When you're hurting, we're here. When things are confusing, we're here. When you need answers, we're here. Brown Funeral Home. We've been caring for families like yours for generations, since 1880. Whether you want to plan ahead or you need us now. Our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown-Ranson. We're here when you need us.
From this one, let's begin with the pitching totals. Getting the win in relief for Hedgesville will be Rylan Swartz. He came in the 3rd inning and ended up going 4 innings, giving up just a run on 2 hits, struck out 6 and walked 3. Donovan Smith, a no decision in the start, allowed 3 runs on 4 hits in 2+ innings with 2 strikeouts and 1 walk. Meanwhile, for South Berkeley, Wyatt McClintock, the tough luck loser, gives up 6 runs on 7 hits in 5 1/3 innings, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks. Owen Nick allowed 2 runs on a hit in 1/3 of an inning, no strikeouts, no walks, but 1 hit batter. And Isaac Gilbert gave up a run on a hit in 1/3 of an inning, no strikeouts. He walked 1 as well. We had South Berkeley getting 6 hits, 2 of those coming from Isaac Gilbert. Had a double, an RBI single, and a couple of runs scored. Seth Kisner had an infield single and a sacrifice fly to bring home a run. Wyatt McClintock 3 for 3, 3 singles and a run batted in. Owen Nick had an RBI on a fielder's choice, and then there were some walks in the bottom of the order as Kaylee Brennan drew a walk, Braden Stevenson drew a walk and scored, Trenton Nave drew a walk and scored, and Tyler Luketic drew a walk and was left on base. For Hedgesville, we had them at 9 hits. Landon Pence had an RBI ground out, a walk, and a run scored, while Noah Brown had an RBI single. Trenton Kinerian had a couple of hits, a walk, and 2 runs scored. Levi Faircloth with a 2 RBI double into that right center field gap. Rylan Swartz had an RBI infield single. Mason Elliott a 2 RBI single, an RBI hit. In fact, 2 hits, a run scored in 3 at-bats for Treston Wysocki. And then you're looking at a hit and a run scored as well for Austin Maynard. Rounding out the final numbers, Hedgesville with their 9 runs on 9 hits, committed 3 errors, stranded 5-2 in scoring position. South Berkeley, 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. They left 7-4 in scoring position. Swartz the win, McClintock the loss. Time of the game, 1 hour and 35 minutes. Hedgesville now 1-1. South Berkeley eliminated, finishing at 1-2. Well, that sets us up for tomorrow. The Losers Bracket Championship, a rematch of a game played on Saturday in which Martinsburg scored a 4-3 win over Hedgesville. The same 2 teams will go at it tomorrow night at 6 o'clock as Martinsburg lost in the Winners Bracket Championship yesterday to Jefferson 5-2. So that put Martinsburg into tomorrow's game, and with the Hedgesville win today, puts them into that contest as well. Once again, the game time here, 6 o'clock. The pregame at 5:45, and Miller time live from the field beginning at 5. Well, as we wrap up here again, stay with us. We're going to the College World Series, Michigan and Vanderbilt, joining Game 1 of the best-of-3 finals in progress in just a moment. Thanks to each of our sponsors supporting our coverage of Little League All-Star Baseball. Thank you for joining us at each of our broadcast entities. Thanks goes out to Administrator Nevin Kilmer and Tournament Director Lynn Compton, all the staff and the folks here at the Morgan County Little League Complex for their help and their hospitality with today's broadcast. Thanks to Caleb Valero, our studio engineer. I'm Matt Miller from the ballpark, reminding you, final score tonight, Hedgesville 9 and South Berkeley 4. Until tomorrow, so long, everyone.
Thank you for listening to live play-by-play coverage of Little League All-Star Baseball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring, Bechtel Jewelers, Miller's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, the Berkeley County Health Department, Procter & Gamble, Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors John Everson and Phil McCoy, and Parsons Ford.
Little League All-Star Baseball is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR, Martinsburg. All rights reserved.